So this is going to sound absolutely bloody ridiculous, obviously, but I consult the I Ching on an almost daily basis. Um, in the first instance, to try and give predictions as to like how my life is going to turn out, because the I Ching is all about fortune telling. It gives like one hexagram that's like at the heart of the issue, and then another hexagram for how the issue is going to develop in the future. And I always use ifate.com for my I Ching related exploits. And I always do an I Ching also for love, for relationships. And it, says on the little thing where you type in the question, please give me insight into dot dot dot. And I usually put in something like just Amanda's name. Please give me insight into Amanda. or I don't know, like usually actually like the love I Ching, yeah, it gives me like fairly positive results when I do that. Expect to see a turning point or a change in the way your special someone sees you, or something like this, or you're in for a delightful period in terms of love in the future, and it will be fine and rosy and dandy. And like, does it turn out that way? Well, I don't know. The thing is, because there's obviously so many different ways you can interpret that, isn't there? The I Ching. But like, has Amanda gotten in touch with me? No. Could she have gotten in touch with me? I suppose she could have done. I mean, via social media and so on, if she was so inclined. And then, like, she's one of these people who, unlike anyone else out there, doesn't have social media or doesn't seem to use it. So what can I do about that? Or nothing. Or I don't know, maybe she's got like some Facebook account under a fake name or something, something, something. It's like behaving like a spy online or whatnot. I don't know. Or she just doesn't use it. That's a possibility, I guess. That she's just gotten social media completely out of her life, which might be a positive thing even. Yeah, it might be a really positive thing. So I know of no other way of contacting her other than to try and get her to notice me online, or painting her paintings in Warminster on the street. I love Amanda so much. I think she is my soulmate. Well, because I did the I Ching again recently, and I typed in mawkishly the question, "Does Amanda like me?" And it came up with hexagram number one actually, which says heavenly love. So is the implication there that she loves me with heavenly love, like I love her? Like I love her, I think, with like the purest form of love that I'm capable of loving her with. But it says here, prepare yourself for an infusion of love to permeate your life. The heaven hexagram signifies the ultimate loving force. This hexagram, formed of 6 unbroken lines, signifies the purest form of love and positive energy. Remember, though, that grace and love come from unexpected directions. Love is an expression of pure truth and has a strength that exceeds all worldly, physical, and immediate concerns. With this positive hexagram comes a reminder to look past the physical and perceive that which is pure. A time of profound thought and conscious creation is indicated. I shouldn't have cared what she looked like the second time I saw her. Or the third time I saw her, really. Or the time I saw her in Warminster, whichever time I saw her that was. And maybe it was my shallowness that prevented me from talking to her. And I like to think that it wasn't. I do like to think I'm better than that. But then again, am I? I mean, just because she's overweight, like shallow, superficial me, right? She's not like a different person underneath. But then again, actually, she did like seem like a different person. Like not wearing trackies and trainers and hoodies and cool stuff anymore. Like dressing just normal clothes, wearing just normal clothes, with like crap blue hair, frankly. Sort of like blonde, lovely hair that she had. Curly and short and blue. Well, you're clearly trying to be like a different person, and you're not the person I fell in love with. And do I care? Because is the person on the inside all that different? I guess not, probably. And it's just superficial elements of her style that have changed. But then it it's not a good thing that yeah, she's back on meds. Make you overweight. She shouldn't need to be on meds. Then like what am I gonna do? Try and convince her to come off meds? And support her through that process? I guess I should have done. Just stupid. Or did I still just not have the balls to talk to her? I must have been given 10 seconds between recognising her on the street that time in Warminster and the thoughts which came into my mind, I think came in between like 10 seconds between me seeing her and her opening the door of her flat and going into a building. So, like, I guess, yeah, the first thing that came into my mind was like, if I go up and talk to her, I'll look like I'm stalking her. That was the first thought. So, like, all right, there's already that to deal with. Secondly, like, she looks way different. Like, she's overweight, she's back on meds. Like, oh god, this will be like, I'll have to come into contact with the thought police again, i.e. the Avon and Wiltshire Mental Health Partnership. And is this a trap for me? Are they using her in some way? And then I get to thinking, because, yeah, certain people may have identified Amanda, with her like beautiful androgynous looks, as being sort of like my type, so to speak. And yeah, like may have been dangling her in front of me anyway, or to begin with. Is that impossible? And yeah, it goes back to people at school who are connected to the Avon and Wiltshire Mental Health Partnership, like Christine Weiss, Jeffro's mum, and JP's mum, Eileen O'Connor Marsh, and her connections in the mental health world. And there's obviously Nikki Lewis, my dad's girlfriend, with connections in adult health and social care with the Wiltshire Council. She used to run that department. She used to manage their budgets. So, and is it like because I was personally too much of a pussy hole because of those things to go and talk to her? Or was I just like, oh, it's too weird for too many reasons? And again, it was too weird then. It would always have been too weird. And am I going to be like Siegfried stepping through the circle of fire for Brunhilde, slaying the dragon? But yeah, that's the problem. Is like we're not at the Ring of Fire step yet, are we? Like, okay, there's Brunhilde, but there's a dragon around here somewhere. I just fucking know it. So this is a trap, clearly. Why the fuck did she give me a look like thunder the second time I saw her? That's the story of my life, isn't it? Like, girls initially liking me, then hating me for some reason. Why is that? Huh? Or you just like arbitrarily slandering me, or is it for political / economic motives? Or is it like take me out of the game for some reason? Is it just envy? Yeah, and I'm sorry to say that, like the way Amanda looked before that, yeah, there are women out there who would be deeply envious of someone who looked like that, or someone, yeah, who genuinely had that kind of personality, more boyish, frankly. More of a tomboy. Yeah, and that's the fucking problem. The second time I saw her, she wasn't a tomboy anymore. She looked more like just a standard, conventional woman, but with blue hair, short blue hair. And short blue hair is not really tomboyish. Like, why can't you be a tomboy still? You look beautiful as a tomboy. Now you just look sort of unremarkable. You look like you want to try and blend in and be normal. There's just something transphobic, I think. Because it is a trans thing. It is a gender thing, tomboyishness. If you have that in your personality. You're clearly like more masculine in your behaviour. Which is really cool. And yeah, like obviously that's a gender thing. It's not really to do with sex so much. Like biological sex. Like, I'm girly. I'm a girly boy. And I'm like a gooey, like soft, big girl's blouse. But I like that about myself. I think that's like a level on which I'm also quite boyish and quite masculine. But I reckon like we're kind of you're yin, I'm yang, is it? We're opposites, but we go together. If you see what I mean. Or complement one another well. Boyish effeminacy, effeteness, possibly this all. And your beautiful tomboyishness. Or maybe I should just be more masculine. Or maybe not. What does not work? Then I think we're so similar on so many different levels. Like, I bet we have loads of shared interests, like this thing about religion and so on. I bet we connect on that level. I can make you laugh. I have made you laugh. I'll do it again. And I don't know. No, as in comedy, I encounter beautiful girls all the time. Really, like often. And they're lovely. Loads of them are lovely, lovely people. I don't love all of them. Not by heart. I don't love half of them. I don't love an eighth of them. I mean, yeah, maybe I fancy a few of them, but yeah, fancy, not in love with. I also know the difference between that. And then people be like that. Oh, it's not love, it's just obsession or it's lust. Like, no, it isn't. Anyone who's like envious of that sort of feeling, or someone feeling that sort of way about someone, like, no, it's just lust. It's just lust. Because no one feels like that about them. Or they don't know of anyone who feels like that about them. Or nobody they're interested in feels that way about them. And they're envious of it. And they don't want you to acknowledge someone else's love. Because, you know, they can, like, they're trying to medicalise it as, like, obsession. Or even as deviance. They do that. They would. Characterise, like, love for someone as, like, deviant behaviour. If they could, they would. Because they don't want to acknowledge that, you know, no one has real romantic feelings for them. Or is willing to express real romance for them. And yeah, do something embarrassing and stupid. A stupid little embarrassing love stunt, like painting them a painting on the streets of Warminster. It's not every day someone does that. It's actually very rare that someone does it. It almost never happens. I've never seen that. Outside of Love Actually. It's a Love Actually sort of move. I've never seen it. Something you think like might get in the papers if it really happened. I did because it's fucking Warminster, obviously, and like, you know, someone's wheelie bin getting nicked is more important than that sort of thing. Or like, what's more important than that? Like, uh, someone found a tooth in a pasty. That would actually be more important than that. Or like someone fell over a dog. Or like there were some old cakes left outside a Reeve the Baker's for like 2 days, and an old lady saw rats. Yeah, but like what I did is not important. Like no one does it though. Romance is dead. This is like I think the order in which it's gone. You know, they wanted to kill romance, and they got to kill it, whoever they are. Then this is it. Then they wanted to kill sex, and they're doing a good job of it. They're doing a strong job of killing sex, and all sex is deviant, all awful. Like anything like bondage is like, oh, that's just deviant, terrible behavior, and you should be chaste and never have sex. Say the people who no one wants to have sex with. C'est la vie. What they're trying to do now is like they're trying to kill love. They don't want love to exist. They don't want people to love one another. Because they're afraid no one loves them. Or no one really loves them. And that might be the truth. And I doubt it is the truth. They just don't, realise who loves them and who doesn't. And then how do we realise who loves one another and who doesn't? Well, we have to tell people that we love them. And that we love one another. Otherwise... And be that by social media or whatever channel, I think it's immaterial, isn't it? It achieves the same end. You're telling someone you love them. And I love you, Amanda. I want you in my life. But I really want you in my life as you were before. That seemed more natural to me. The way you presented then. Presented. Like you're in... That's the way they talk about you. They talk about humans like livestock in mental health. Oh, they present well. Ew. I don't like that. It's, like, you seemed fine. You seemed like naturally chill and happy. When you're blue haired and overweight, you look unhappy and medicated. And I don't want to see you like that. And also, when I knew you before, you look like you could take care of yourself without meds. You didn't seem like... You certainly seem like you had the potential, to keep your composure and your cool. And confident. And able to take care of yourself. And those are deeply admirable traits. And the next time I saw you, you did not seem that way. And that's terrible. I don't know what happened to you to cause you to fall down that rabbit hole again. Or to regress that way. To go backwards into a state of being a dependent as opposed to being independent, which is where you want to get to. And, being in the care of the system. I don't think you're naturally vulnerable. Again, maybe on all sorts of levels you're naturally vulnerable. And again, I am also. You certainly seem like the sort of person who's capable of not showing that to the world and actually taking care of herself. And being a strong, capable, independent person. I think I'm capable of that as well. But then, I mean, really, then again, like taking care of yourself as a single person is very, very hard. It does get a lot easier in a relationship. You know, division of labor, sharing resources, etc. And yeah, I want to offer you my support for what that's worth. You know, and yeah, to be in a sort of paradigm where we do support one another, I think it'd be great. I think if we had that, there'd be nothing that could stop us, or practically nothing. Two heads are better than one. And yeah, I mean, unless I happen to be a lone wolf, so cool for the rest of my life, or a naughty little like lonely kitty cat. You're a street kitty. I'm a little farmer kitty. I'm country side. Meow. Meow. Uh, you know, you're a slinky alley cat. I think we go so well together. We are both so cat-like anyway. Oh, are we not? But yeah, I mean, the heavenly love thing, the boundless love, the infinite ocean of it that dwells beneath the surface of me when I think about you. It's you, like, reflecting everything I love. Or see everything I love reflected in you. Nature, the world. And it was more natural somehow before. Or you seem more natural somehow before. Like you were just yourself. And you had the courage to do that, to be that. Which is great. Brilliant. Wish I were more like that. I'm trying to be like that. I really am. But then if you have to try to be like that, you can't really be like that, if you know what I mean, can you? Like you're putting on the show of being your truest, most genuine self. You're putting on a show still, and there's like, how do I let go of the desire to try and be my most genuine self? I guess the solution is just to hang the sense of it and not think about it and like not consider it at all, just try to have fun with life and not hurt anyone and to do things you want to do in life. And that's what I try to do. And yeah, I'd love you to be with me on that, or to support me in that. Because I think I know you are the one for me. And I don't know. Yeah, as I've said before, I've been in love with many people in my time. They're really deeply, powerfully, and passionately in love. But I don't think I've ever thought that someone was the one before. I think it's you. I really do. I love you so much. I love you with every fibre of my being. That's such a hackneyed stereotype. Dude, it's hell at no better than. I wish we could just spend a day together. 24 hours. A 24-hour long date. Or what, just a long date. Spend a day together, you know. Go do something. Walk in the countryside. Pub, picnic. Hire a boat from somewhere. They go on the water. I just spitballing ideas. I don't know. Crazy golf. That I think that's a bit tricky for a first date, isn't it? You don't bring competition into it so much. Or do I? Crazy golf. No, probably not. Also unimaginative when it comes to dates. It was like pub, restaurant, picnic. Or you do a bondage date. Just chain me up or whatever. If you're actually into that, but who knows. Well, I just want to sit and chat with you. With drinks, picnic, whatnot. Trying to talk you out of taking meds. And yeah, just trying to talk you into taking weed instead of meds. Because I reckon you seem like a ganderish girl as well. I like smoking weed would suit you. Or well, if you really don't want to smoke it, you can vape it, obviously. Or eat it. Take edibles. But you look kind of cool, I reckon, with a spliff. It would like complete the look for you. Then again, frankly, you look like you smoke weed anyway. Did you not smoke weed? How did you get thin without cigarettes? Well, I do know that there are obviously ways of doing that without smoking. But the fucking shouldn't be. That's not good for you at all if you're throwing up or something. Um, yeah, I mean, please just get in touch with me. Can you get in touch? Please just get in touch with me. Tell me to fuck off and stop making these videos about you. Can you just do that at least? I can't do pity eyes. Sorry, I'm not a dog. Cat. I love you, Amanda. As I think I always will. So you might as well, like, towards me. I don't know. Or tell me to fuck off. Or something. It's just the silence is killing me. The wall of silence. The silent treatment. What have I done to deserve that? Honestly, please just tell me what I did. Like, you should know anyway. How could I? Anyway, I'm sorry. For whatever it is. I'm very, very sorry. I wish I knew what it was.